believe it's in Imani's best interest for the court to appoint you and Ms. Henderson as joint managing conservators of Imani?
No.
No.
Why not?
Hey, Kharisma here. Welcome back to Kharisma Daily. Today I'm going to be showcasing a court case with Judge Baker as she's dealing with a case where a mother who has pretty much abandoned her child with the father hasn't given anything in 7 years. And she hasn't shown up to any of the court hearings, and now the judge must decide. Take a listen.
I barely can take care of the 3 kids I do have. So as a father, I got my daughter from her, and she's been with me ever since.
You have a court order to pay Ms. Henderson child support for Imani?
Yes. She had a child that she had that died in a fire because she left the baby in there.
At this time, the state is asking the court to make appropriate orders regarding conservatorship and possession and access of the child Imani. Mr. White is asking.
Are we getting to the long list of these things that are agreed to, like that you all propose, or is this stuff that's disputed that just needs to be presented anyway?
Probably. Well, here we have an agreement for asking the court to set child support from Ms. Henderson to Mr. White in the amount of, or based on minimum wage with 1 child before the court.
Why don't you just present this all in testimony and lead it where you want it to go? That might be quicker and less confusing for me.
All right. Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Where is Imani living right now?
She stayed with me.
Okay. How long has she lived with you?
She have been with me since she was 3 months old.
When was that? Month and year?
November of 2016.
What caused her to come reside with you?
Because I would come from Galveston to go see her in San Antonio. Then I started noticing drugs in the house and things of that nature. And so I asked her mom, if you want to live that life, that's fine. It just let me have my daughter because she has 3 more other kids.
Wow.
And I didn't want my daughter being raised around that stuff. So I asked her, well, can she just come stay with me? And she applied and said, yes, that's fine because I'm going through a lot right now. I barely can take care of the 3 kids I do have. So as a father, I got my daughter from her. She told me it was fine. We moved, and she's been with me ever since.
You have a court order to pay Ms. Henderson child support for Imani?
Yes. Medical, yes. Mm-hmm.
How is Imani insured right now?
Since she was a baby, I had put her on chips. So that's how she's been medically supported.
Do you have private health insurance available to put her on?
No, not at the moment.
Do you know if Ms. Henderson has private insurance available to put Imani on?
I have no idea, ma'am.
Do you have any information on Ms. Henderson's employment?
No, ma'am, I have no idea.
Do you have any information on Ms. Henderson's current income?
No, ma'am.
All right. To your knowledge, does Ms. Henderson have any disability that would impede her from working full-time 40 hours a week at a minimum wage job?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Does Ms. Henderson have any other biological children?
Yes, he has 3. 3.
She has 3 more kids.
He just said that.
Are they all under the age of 18?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Do they live with her?
Yes.
Do you believe it's in Imani's best interest for the court to appoint you and Ms. Henderson as joint managing conservators of Imani?
No.
Why not?
Because I just don't trust her mom. I mean, she hangs around drugs. She does drugs. I mean, she's been in a couple of rehabs. So no, I don't feel comfortable with that.
You know what joint managing conservatorship means? Did the state explain that to you?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Henderson, or I'm sorry, Mr. White, are you able to communicate with Ms. Henderson about Imani's needs?
No, because I don't have a good number for her.
Okay. Are you able to contact her at all?
No,
You and Ms. Henderson able to make decisions together for Imani?
no,
No.
Has Ms. Henderson had any input in decision making for Imani?
no.
Okay. Who's been making the decisions for Imani since she began living with you?
I have her father, Richard Neal White Jr.
Okay. What kind of efforts has Ms. Henderson made to communicate with you about Imani?
Probably twice a year. I mean, if that.
What kind of things does she ask about when she calls?
She just asks her how she's doing and how she doing in school and things of that nature.
Do you believe it's in Imani's best interest for Ms. Henderson to have a standard possession order to visit with Imani for the first, third, and fifth weekend, all weekend long?
Yes.
Okay. So you think she should have unsupervised visits?
No.
Supervised visit where she can do the supervised visit at least 3 times before she can be able to do the standard visits.
Why do you think Ms. Henderson needs to have supervised visits?
She is I don't trust her to be. She sometimes be suicidal and things of that nature. She's always depressed, so
Wow.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
When was the last time Ms. Henderson saw Imani?
Last year of July, I want to say July or August.
Has Ms. Henderson made any inquiries or requests to see Imani since then?
No. And that's would be the thing. Like when she do talk to her, she'll say, "Well, I'm gonna drive down there and see you," and then she
doesn't
don't
show
do
up.
it, and then my daughter's sitting up there crying, and then I gotta console on while her mom,
Didn't show up.
didn't come through to come see her or not.
Who do you think should supervise these visits?
Myself, Richard Neal White Jr.
Where do you think they should take place?
They can take place at a mutual agreement.
Do y'all have a place that y'all have been using before?
No, I actually would just meet her on I-10 or something like that near Katy area or something like that. But that was like over 2 or 3 years ago. But that haven't happened in a while, except for last year when I decided to let her see her mom and try to let them bond together. But it's the same thing.
Excuse
Like
me.
we may call her. I might let her call her, and it's like once a month her number has changed or she moved, or I mean, like so last year she was in Memphis, so I ain't no telling where she at or what's going on.
How many supervised visits do you think Ms. Henderson should have before she is able to visit with Imani unsupervised?
Said
On a
3.
standard visit, yeah. I think at least 3.
Okay.
I would want her to have 3 sessions. So I guess the first session 3 times, the second session 3 times, the third session 3 times. And then if I'm comfortable with the standard visit after that, I think that'll be fine because I do want her to bond with her mother.
Okay, so you're asking for 3. So are you asking for 3 periods of visitation in each of the 4 steps?
Yes, ma'am.
To
Yes, ma'am.
standard possession? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ask the witness, Judge.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
To me, you talking to me, Judge?
Yes.
The last thing I wanted to say, the very thing that I'm just
How old is your child?
Amani's 8.
Okay.
Yeah. And the biggest thing with Forrest, like me not trusting her and Forrest Street, because she had a child that she had that died in a fire because she left the baby in there, her first child. So that always stuck in my head when my daughter goes, I would let my daughter back in the days, be around and stuff. So it was like, that just was devastating to me. So I was like, I always wanted to be there with my daughter when they visit. That's all.
And Ms. Laskowski, do you have any proposals regarding child support or arrears?
Yes, Judge. The state would ask the court to take a no child support previously ordered, so no judgment there.
I don't know that I heard testimony on arrears.
Okay.
I missed it. Did I miss it? I'm sorry if I did.
No, you didn't. May I recall Mr. White very briefly?
You may do so.
Mr. White, are you
Yes, ma'am.
have you Are you ordered to pay Ms. Henderson medical support for Amani?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How much are you ordered to pay per month?
I believe it was $44 a month.
Okay. Are you current in that obligation as of the date that Imani came to reside with you?
Yes, I was.
The obligation actually started after he claims the child lived with him.
I understand, Judge. Yes, I know.
I think it just makes that sentence hard to answer, or that question hard to answer.
Hey, Mr. White, I'm sharing my screen with what's been marked as State's Exhibit 3, the pay record in this case. Does this pay record accurately reflect your previously ordered medical support obligation?
Let me take a look. Yes, that's it. Yes.
Okay. All right. The state would offer what's been marked for identification purposes as State's Exhibit 3.
Why
Sir,
is
do you have any
he-
objection to me admitting that as State's Exhibit 3? I don't know what 1 and 2 were, but do you have any objection to me admitting State's Exhibit 3?
No.
Okay, I'll admit State's Exhibit 3. I'll have you know, Ms. Laskowski, I don't know what it says exactly. If you're expecting me to base my ruling based on that exhibit, I don't have that in my head.
But I don't understand. Was it he was ordered to pay the medical before the child lived with him, or after? Because, as he said, the daughter has lived with him since she was 3 months old, so he shouldn't be paying the mother anything.
Of April 28th, Mr. White's medical support arrears balance shows $1,624.09 in arrears. Possession credits of $44 per month from November of 2016 to April of 2017. Principal equal to a principal of $3,960. Interest of $881.10 with a total possession.
So it says possession credits receiving credit for the period when the child was living with you while you were ordered to pay possession credits. Reduce the amount. It's hard to read. Proven that the child was living with you. So in other words, what he was ordered to pay, now that because the child was living with him, it reduces, that credit goes towards reducing the amount that's owed. I hope that makes sense.
Credit for medical support in the amount of $4,841.10. So for that reason, the state would ask the court to take a medical support arrearage judgment against Mr. White in the amount of $0 as of April 28th, 2024.
And does the state have any proposal regarding child support or medical support?
Yes, Judge. The state would ask that the court base Ms. Henderson's current child support and medical support on minimum wage, $1,257 gross monthly resources. One child before the court, 3 others. Credit for taxes and $28 cash medical support, with the state asking the court to order Mr. White to apply for a government health plan for the child. 14.75% of net resources is $164.47. The net resources are $1,115.06. So the state would ask that the current child support of $164 per month and the current cash medical of $28 per month would both begin on May 1st, 2024.
I'm going to find that Ms. Henderson is in default and find there's been a material and substantial change in circumstance since the last order and that the child is no longer with Ms. Henderson. An order that you're the managing conservator and that Ms. Henderson is the possessory conservator with no residency restriction. You'll have the right to determine the primary residence of the child, Amani. Sir, I'm going to find that she's in medical support arrears of $0 as of April 20th, 2024. I'm going to order visitation. It'll be a phased-in visitation. the first, third, and fifth Saturday of the month from 1 to 5, supervised by you or a competent adult. And then 3 visits. And then after that, the first, third, and fifth Saturday of the month from 1 to 5, unsupervised for 3 visits. Those to be held in Galveston County. And then the first, third, and fifth Saturday of the month from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 3 visits to be held in Galveston.
Okay.
And then she'll step up to the first, third, and fifth Saturdays of the month from 6 p.m. on Saturday to 6 p.m. the next Sunday. Also to be held in Galveston. And if she completes all that, she'll move up to the standard possession order.
Thank you, ma'am.
And then I'm ordering that Miss Henderson pay to you child support of $164 each month beginning May 1st, 2024. And I'm ordering that you apply for or continue with a government medical plan, and that Miss Henderson pays you, Mr. White, cash medical support of $28 each month beginning May 1st of 2024. And I'm going to order that she pay court costs on or before December 31st of 2024.
Okay.
And the Attorney General's office is going to draft an order based on my ruling today, and they'll be sending it to you through DocuSign now to review and to sign off on. So we're going to have you go back to the breakout room where they'll be able to send that to you so you can look at it. But thank you for coming in today, and good luck with everything going forwards.
Thanks a lot, Judge. Thank you.
You have
There you go. What a good-hearted man, a good-hearted father. He's doing the best, want the best for his daughter, and hats off to him. You know, I applaud him. You know, it's interesting. I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, I'm wondering, is the mother actually going to pay the child support? Is she going to step up to the plate and pay the child support? So hats off to him. You know, I would love to see more fathers like that step up to the plate and look after the children. And mothers too, you know, I hope that she gets the help that she really needs to overcome this, but she has to want it, you know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye.